right, guys, how you doing? How you doing? Hope you guys are doing good. You hanging in there. I know we haven't done a broadcast for a while. Um, Today is gosh, I don't even know what today is. Um, it's I think it's Tuesday, but anyways, it's been a while since we did these broadcasts and stuff like that. But looks like the situation with the coronavirus, the virus epidemic. That's it. You didn't hear what I said, so yeah, things are getting worse and stuff like that. It's really hard to breathe in these things, but um, breathe it. Hate one of those things because it steams up your glasses, and it's hard to see everything. So hey, Ricardo, thanks for coming, joining in. Julie, Geffen, welcome. Carla, welcome. Uh, I don't know if she said Loha or something like that, but anyways, what you're seeing here is a live update of what's happening with the epidemic. Epidemic, how's that? Anyways, so on the left hand side, I know it's moving pretty quick, but those are the totals on there. The bottom is actual real time of what's happening on the current situations. Very sad. The totals on there right now. Um, just to give you a report in case, because the software is moving really quick on there. But the right now worldwide we're at 1,961,965. 65. So over a million, almost 2 millions of people infected. The United States is at the top right now. It's at 610 688. So close to almost 611,000, over half a million people. Spain's number two at 174,060, so almost close to that 175,000. And then Italy's on the third place on there at 162, 4088. That's the numbers on there and stuff. Germany is on number four at 132,000, and then France is at 103,000. The UK, England, is at 93,873. China is at 82,249. Iran's at 74,000. Turkey's at 65,000. Belgium's at 31,000. Netherlands at 27,000. Canada's at 27,000. Switzerland at 25,936. Brazil's at 25,000. And then Russia's at 21,102. Portugal's at 17,000. Austria is at 14,000. Israel's at 12,000. Ireland's at 11,000. Sweden's at 11,000. India's at 10,000. South Korea's at 10,000. Peru's at 10,000. Chile's at 7,000. Japan's at 7,000. Ecuador's at 7,000. And Portland, and then Norway's at 6,000, and the list goes on and on. Australia's at 6,000, and Mexico 5,000, Philippines at 5,000, and it just goes on. Hope you guys had a great Easter weekend. I know Passover and Good Friday and all that stuff, and we were hoping that these things would pass by. At least things would get better before we actually go into these things here. Okay, see, Brenda, let's say most industry polluting areas also truenews.com. Anyone in Michigan, I'm sure. Kimberly, see, was born in Michigan. Hey, how's it going? How's it going out there, huh? Um, it's a True News says these numbers are fake, even though had a car accident, passed away. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Um, had a friend, someone actually I knew was in the hospital, was told me the story on this, and they had a hard time. They couldn't even visit. Actually, the resources was they couldn't visit the family member because of the virus thing, and so it was locked down. Even the person was dying and couldn't go visit. The person was very upsetting and stuff like that, and the numbers going on. So anybody out there going through the same thing where you just know somebody's actually in a hospital and you can't visit them situation? Just let me know on that. I just experienced a friend of mine on that. Very sadly on there and stuff. So, and the result was the person died and couldn't visit that person. So now they're scheduling a funeral because of that. Very sad on there. A very close friend on that. Not very exciting, and it's pretty messed up, especially around this time. Yeah, let's see here. True News says that my girlfriend's hubby just died of Rona. I just got a text now about someone I know that's in a that's very elderly, and person's mom is actually infected, and that person's in Maine. So, wow, wow, these things are real. What's happening here? Um, just to let you know on some of these things, as you see these things flashing, if you're new to this channel, this is a live update. I kind of took a break from this because it was kind of depressing, it's getting me down, and I was kind of hoping by the prophet's word that things will start clearing up, which we don't see it now. They're saying that let's see here, that it was supposed to clear. They said it was going to supposed to clear up by April, but now they're saying May 15th. And there's rumors now. Well, actually, I'm just saying rumors. Actually, they're saying that a lot of the major things have been canceled as well, like 4th of July. That's one thing I've heard. Some places have actually canceled 4th of July, and the Burning Man is canceled, and a couple other concerts and so forth have been canceled. Anyways, as you can see here, let's see here, Florida U.S. Navy sailor has been tested positive. Yeah, I heard about that. And so this is actual real time what's happening. And then let's see here, Florida is at 130 of that. See Alabama. Let's see here, my thing's in the way. Let me just try to push it back a little bit here so you can see it. Okay, see North Carolina first. Okay, you see that? I wonder what that is. Okay, so usually when there's a question mark on it, it means they don't know. Let's see here, Maine's at 89. I just talked to somebody, moms in the convalescent home or nursing home is positive on there. So if you guys can pray, that'd be appreciated on that. By the way, since we're in that topic, people dying and not be able to, I just want to say I understand. I totally understand, and it's too bad that these things have to happen right now. On that, don't you wish just the rapture would just happen and just take us home? And it's crazy, that. So, anyways, see, young putty from Bermuda has says that Bermuda has 57 confirmed cases, 30 recovered. Well, at least 30, that's good. And then 5 passed away on there and stuff. Wow, a lot has happened since we reported. Like I said, I took a break from it because it was getting me down. I had to do other stuff. So I did covering on asteroids and what is it? The other one, tornadoes and stuff. So those things are real. Those things are happening, And I believe this month we're supposed to have an asteroid that's supposed to fly by too. So we'll see what happens. Of course, when asteroids happen and stuff like that, if it does hit us, they're not going to tell you that it's going to hit. They'll say everything's good. It'll pass us by. We'll be fine. I mean, think about that. Okay, can you imagine the panics? Um, so I have a resource on some of the. I don't know about you guys where you guys were at, but they were saying that the some of the grocery stores are kind of toning down now. That it's not as people freaking out as much, but a lot of places now, especially in California and the popular places where they're required to wear these masks going into those places and stuff. So they'll get in trouble on that. As you know, a lot of the services, because the Easter happened, they couldn't have services because of that. They met online on that. So I talked to several people that were having online services and stuff. A good friend of mine on my other channel, those who, by the way, those who haven't subscribed on the prophetic worship gathering, that's a more of an in-depth Christian prophetic channel, and we just had a Good Friday service online on there. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe on there. You like the news part? Cool. Keep subscribing on this one, and keep tuning too. Anyway, so he had his um, they call it Good Friday. He called it a Good Friday Passover Seder thing. So he had a Seder explaining all that stuff. But this is the first time in history, folks, where we had where it's like Easter service. It's like being in like a live stream. It's kind of like reminds you of the that movie 1984. You guys remember that? I remember that, where they were just like just watching this TV kind of thing. And there's another cool movie too, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's called Blast of the Past. That's another cool thing situation of that. So it kind of reminds you of what's going on in that. And then that other movie called Outbreak, which is a good one too, but a little bit exaggerated, on the especially the part where it's where this person's suit ripped and then he was infected or something like that. Okay, so the latest what I've heard in this news thing, um, there's a thing where they're saying now that 5G. Have you guys heard about that? They're saying that the 5G is affecting, and that's the main cause of this thing that's happening. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's. I just talked to somebody just not too long ago, actually, before we went on the air, and he was telling me that as soon as this 5G came up, and then all these animals were dying, like birds and different animals are acting crazy and stuff, and so he believes that that has a lot to do with it. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it is kind of weird. Um, Now there's more articles happening on the center points of China and Wuhan and that place there now. More things about the bats and there's a whole different theory on that. So now they're saying that either from the bat thing, virus, and all this stuff, their transition, but then also it's by chemicals and all this stuff, and then now it's the 5G radiation thing. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think of all this stuff? Weird thing, by the way, that I didn't broadcast this one, but they had another animal. I think I had one before, but there was a tiger. I think I don't remember the last time I did this, but there was a tiger that was infected or something like that. And how the story came about was the person, no, the tiger was infected in New York Zoo because some person was visiting um, the zoo, had the virus and gave it to the tiger. And so the whatever we call those doctors, those animal doctors, noticed the tiger was coughing and everything. So then they did a check, and then the tiger had the virus. Another interesting thing was about monkeys. I think there was apes. Were there? I think it's in South Africa, in Africa, different places there that they're quarantining the monkeys because they don't want them to get the the virus and stuff. And I don't know if there was cases on there and stuff, but yeah, that's what they were saying. Let's see here. Skylove says, "Now you feel sick of too many others." Yep, yep. So it is crazy. But speaking about, since we're on subject about animals, let's see here. There's this one that just popped up. It says evidence suggests that these ant eaters, they're called pangolins, may have passed the disease to bats to humans. So they're saying that these anteaters, and let me see here. Let me see if I can get a screenshot of this. This is pretty cool, actually. And this is fresh off the press, people. And I don't know. I like to keep it raw and keep it live while I'm doing this stuff, so you guys can see. Let me see if I can get that here, and then I'll do a little screenshot so y'all can see. Let me see if I can get that. Okay, if I can, that'd be cool. All right, actually I can do it. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So here it goes. Here's a little screenshot of this, what I'm talking about. Let's see, where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Oh, by the way, here's that tiger I was talking about, and I believe I covered this already. So this is the tiger that was in New York and was sick and caught it from somebody or something like that. So that's that. And then let me see if I can get you this snapshot of this anteater thing. Oh, here it is. Okay, there you go. You guys see that? Okay, so this I don't even know what that thing is. It looks like an anteater. I think that's what they call it. It says more evidence suggests that this creature passed on to this disease passed on to the bats, the humans, because they like to eat this stuff. I guess eat bats and stuff. It must be pretty crazy to want to eat bats, but sure enough, um, that's what they did. So um, anyway, so this is the article on that. So if you can take that while I take a drink. Wow. So this is fresh off the press, people. And so I don't know. You guys digest that. Let me know what you think on that. Um, so yeah, so they were saying all this stuff in the zoo and the animals, and so they're keeping and then of course there's dogs and cats and stuff like that. They're trying to protect them and stuff. And then yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Anywhere from mice, hamsters, monkeys, and cats, and let's see what else. Cows and all these different. Oh yeah. Now this is pretty cool. Let me see if I can bring that one up. Okay. All right, you guys will like this one here. So this is pretty cool, I think. Let me see here. I'm interested in that. So right here, what you're looking at. Let me see if I can get a little screenshot of this. Let me see. I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to do it. Let me see if I can. Oh, okay. So what you see there right now, folks. So what happened was, so from our last broadcast, we were talking about the different places. Let's see the article it says here. I can't even read it. So this is Yosemite. And so what happened was, since the parks are all closed and stuff, so nobody can go to these parks. So all the animals are taken over. So you got all the coyotes, all the different animals, bears, coyotes, skunks, and then you got a whole bunch of deers. They're taking over again. And there was one shot of these coyotes, which was pretty cool. Residents are going for a walk. Let me see here. Oh, okay, there's a coyote. So all the coyotes are coming out. All these animals are coming out. And I did a story. I don't know if I did it in the Real Thing TV or the other one. But anyways, I did a story. It's called The Day of the Animals. So as you know, with all these things happening, the animals are taken back. I mentioned the first article that I suggested and I were talking about was in San Francisco. You know, the busiest place, and you know San Francisco. Those who've been there before, I mean, it's packed. You know, you can't find a parking place. It's just crowded. You know, just like New York. And so all these animals they're coming back. You know, they were seeing sightings of coyotes and so forth, going back to these major populated by humans, and they're taking over. It kind of like the that movie. What is it? The Last Man on Earth, the one with there's a couple of versions of that. There was called The Last Man of Earth with his Vincent Price, and there was a recent one with um, Will Smith. You've seen that one, right? And so it showed the scene of all these animals coming back and taking over. So that's what's kind of happening right now. All these animals are taking back territory. They're just taking back, and that's what it is. It's I call it a taking back land or whatever. So that's what's happening on there. It's pretty crazy. Um, yeah, it's very very crazy stuff indeed. Um, so all these animals in different places, as you know, are taking back territory on that. And I don't know. This is kind of weird that they're saying that the this virus thing is affecting animals. Have you? I mean, have I don't know if I ever heard of a virus. Okay, here's this interesting one. This is back in March 18. It says the first dog was confirmed with the virus and died. And that was back in March in the U.S. And then April the 6th was the tiger that was infected on that. So very very crazy. I've never heard of animals being affected by this virus and stuff like that. And they even have masks for these animals and stuff like that. So this is pretty crazy. You got to admit that this whole thing, what's happening, is definitely this is history. This is like major stuff. So oh, by the way, and I was talking to somebody that actually traveled and had have enough guts to actually fly. And so this person actually flew down to a different place and said that the airports are dead. There's like nobody in these airports. So but then again, that's crazy too. I don't know if I want to fly right now and stuff. It's another kind of screwed up situation. I don't know about you guys, but I was talking to somebody who has their driver's license about to expire. I don't know if you guys had that situation, but and so they can't go into the DMV to reply for a new license because it's shut down. And then about the DMV. you can't even make an appointment because the appointments aren't working, right? And so the appointment's not working. The person's driver's license is about to expire, and so you can't go there. But I was told that I think they said you have 60 days or something like that, or 60 grace days or whatever. Who knows? And so once it starts to up running, all the stuff, you know how crazy it's gonna be. It's gonna be very crazy on that. But that'll be another news for a different time on that one. Also, with the whole situation now, going back to the hospitals and stuff. So as you know, hospitals, you can't visit anybody, even if you're a family member. You can't go visit the person who's sick or whatever, to say hi or whatever. You can't visit them. All the nursing homes are all basically locked down, so you can't go visit anybody there in the nursing home. And I'm talking about the person that I talked to. A person was basically dying, and they couldn't visit. You know, they couldn't visit their relative, and so the person died. You know, and which really sucks. You know, and it really pisses me off. Sorry about that. And so, anyways, you can't visit, you can't do that. And then, so they were trying to create a funeral for the person who died, and then they got something where they get a recording saying that they're not having services or anything like that. But luckily, they're starting to do that or whatever. But I hope nobody here is in the hospital. I hope not. If you are, I'm sorry, and I pray for you guys. And it's a drag. It sucks. It really sucks. But that's, I guess that's reality in this whole thing, you know. And yeah, I just don't know. Um, it's crazy. But anyways, yeah, it's really bad. So anyways, situation happened. Another one person I talked to also had the same situation where their mom, I think, mom died, and they were diagnosed it with the, you know, the epidemic or whatever and stuff. So um, that's it. I don't know. Okay, so Don's talking about here. Michigan is retarded. Let's see, da da da. Lord help us. And let's see here. Somebody. Oh yeah, Julie mentioned about reality of Wormwood. Yeah, you know, speaking about moving a little subject on the asteroids here. As you know, this is the month where there's supposed to be an asteroid that comes by pretty close on and stuff. Yeah, the scripture does talks about wormwood and stuff, and it talks about the lakes turning red and all this mountain. It is what it says. It's happening and stuff. So I don't know exactly when exactly, if it does hit or now and stuff. Oh, by the way, which is kind of crazy, but I ran it. There's so much to talk about, you know. There's one article that popped up, I believe, this week, about the second wave of locusts, and they were saying that these locusts were even bigger than the ones that we reported of bigger the size of New York, but it's bigger, and so that's happening, and we don't they don't cover that much about it, but that's what's happening on there and stuff. So very very crazy stuff. And then also there's been sightings of these flying objects. Right now is the big one that it's talking about, which I put up an article on it, the cigar shaped kind. You know, it's a real, it looks like a flying saucer, real long kind of thing. So that's in our atmosphere happening. We don't know what's going on. And you know, it's kind of weird is that we had the pink moon, right? So we had the pink moon on a Tuesday of last week, and then we had our Passover thing that happened, and then the Good Friday, which is kind of weird with all the stuff happening, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's happening. Um, Let me know what's going on in your neighborhood, because it's easier to talk to you guys than find out what the news says, because the news doesn't cover everything, you know. So yeah, yeah, very crazy stuff. Very crazy. Very crazy stuff. Um wow. So I'm just looking at the current situation now. Um the situation on the UK, and I look at the UK a lot because sometimes you get more of the news what's really happening that they don't tell you and stuff. So I look at them, health, and uh, so the weather. It seems like weather is getting hot now. There's also a theory that they're saying that the if it gets hot, then this epidemic, this virus will die and stuff. We don't know. We don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. So that's what they're saying, is that the this epidemic would cease because of it can't live on the heat and stuff. Um, One another theory that I heard is like this person said to um, basically to have water, but have hot water, and then hot water will kill this thing too as well. So I don't know. Everybody has all these theories on that and stuff. So main thing that's happening is also these sightings that are happening. So what's the scoop on these things? It's kind of weird, isn't it? All these different sightings that are happening um, in different places and stuff. I think it's pretty weird. I don't know about you guys, um, but it's happening. All these weird sightings and stuff like that. Wow, wow. So I don't know the totals right now on New York. Um, just wondered, is there anybody right now online that's you in New York and you know the actual totals right now? Okay, so discover origins, mention God's plague. Yeah, that's what it seems like with the locusts and everything happening. Smiths and Wilson says, "Good job, mate." Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks, Smith, for saying that. There. Wow, crazy stuff. Oh, this is pretty crazy too. It says that no peak yet. The U.S. Um, single. What is this saying? It says the U.S. epidemic set single day record increase. It says 2,228 on Tuesday, which is today. It said tops at 28,300. The U.S., the third largest population, passed the second milestone on Tuesday, over 600,000. Well, it's more than that right now, that's for sure. This is 600,000. See, the numbers just kind of go. I mean, they'll put the numbers on, right? Because he says 6,000. I'm getting like 610 now. I don't know what I first said when I just did the broadcast just a few minutes ago, 15 minutes ago or whatever. But now it's at 610,000. So, and this one says it's 600,000. So it just went up by 10,000. So crazy, crazy stuff. So do you think this is going to go on till the end of the year? I know I was reading something also that they're trying to reopen different places, different states and stuff. They're trying to reopen it because all the businesses are getting hurt on there. So I don't know. I don't know. Looks like Bernie dropped out of the race, and now Biden's having running mate on that. Interesting. Okay, yeah, here it is. So now, with all that things happening, I've noticed there's been a surge on different identified flying objects. Have you noticed that? There's been like a surge on that, like more than ever now. On that, people are seeing these things happening, and let's see here. I'm just gonna snapshot this one here. Hopefully, I can get this for you guys. Let me see if we can do it. Nope. I'm gonna try to capture this here so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention volcanoes. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's been a surge of volcanoes also on that. Let's get that advertisement out of here. Okay, there you go. All right, pull this up and then bring it to you guys. Oh, by the way, guys, I have a new donate button too. So if you guys want to help me out, appreciate it on that. So I have Vimeo, and I also have the Square thing going on too. So no pressure on that. But here's this article. Yeah, here it is. So it says hundreds of mystery objects passing the ISS in strange videos, conspiracy, whatever. So the ISS is the International Space Station. So if you ever look at the International Space Station, there's some weird stuff happening. Uh, um, Objects that are popping up, you know. So if they're flying objects, I don't know, but they're happening. I'll just up there so I can get another drink of water. So yeah, so weird. Swarms of light happening. I'm trying to get a video for you guys on there, but it's not letting me do it. So I'm kind of stalling a bit. So yeah, these flying objects. Let me see if I can get that video going for you guys. By the way, when these things are happening, when I talked about the 5G towers and stuff, there's been a lot of towers being burned, and kind of weird, huh? So these people or whatever happening on there. So I don't know exactly what's going on there, but that's happening. Let's see if I can get that for you guys. Okay, it's not working. Bummer. Okay. So anyways, with these these UFO sightings or flying object sightings. They're happening a lot. You can probably check it out in our video because I do post to mom there. So they're on the Real Thing channel, and it's in there or somewhere in the site there. So, well, this is kind of interesting. So there's let's see, two-headed goat. Isn't that weird? Wow. Two-headed goat that feeds with both mouths leaves farmer stunned. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if I should show you that. It's kind of scary. So there's a lot of mutation going on too, which is kind of weird. Um, Crazy stuff. Wow. Yeah, the 5G is a very popular thing right now. They're saying very crazy stuff. Also, what I noticed that a lot of people are just having like meltdowns. Have you noticed that? People are just past. What does it say? Oh, what's it going here? That's yours. Oh, crazy! I gotta show you guys this. No. So this article here. Let me see if I can pull this up. Oh, I got too much things running. That's why. Okay. So I'm just gonna snapshot this one here again because I can't get it. Let's see if I can get this one here. And so you'll know what I'm talking about. This is like now. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Sorry about that, folks. I'm trying to get this up to you guys, and this thing's kind of lagging on there. So, anyways, while this is gearing up, and this thing is slowly gearing up. So the okay, so I'll just read it to you. How's that? Okay. So this person, how it goes is basically some guy named Chris. Da da da.
I don't want to spend my time.
Okay, I don't want you to spend. Okay, so basically, this person was on the air and had the virus, fever, and basically, it says that he was battling the virus. Um, the interesting one that I wanted to share with you was a pastor that was on the air, and then person passed away while they were on the air. It was on there, and now it disappeared. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, don't go away. Okay, so it's a Virginia. Okay, how it goes? A Virginia pastor. Okay, I gotta get a snapshot of this here so I can show you. Shut up. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get this for you guys. As you can tell, we're live. So that's why you have a lot of lag time here, and that's what really happens behind the scenes. You guys don't know that, but when you're live, you're live. Okay, so let me get that to you guys, and so you guys can see it, because I like to be live and show you guys. Oh, by the way, the guy Brian Johnson, who's in the UK, I think he's getting better now. I think I last covered a story and saying that he was not doing good, but I guess he's doing okay now. So he's slowly coming back. Let me see, is this it? Uh, okay, here it is. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna hide my face here for a second. Okay, so how it goes is a Virginia pastor held a service and then passed away. Say he practiced what he preached. Then he passed away from the virus. Evangelical pastor had the virus just weeks after probably showing off the pack. His Virginia church vows to keep preaching unless he goes to jail or in hospital. So recently, it says that on March the 22nd, the pastor got his congregation. It's called New Deliverance Evangelistic Church, proven despite da da da. Gathered. So he gathered no matter what, even if he had more than 10. Firmly say I firmly believe that God largely than this virus, and he quoted that he's repeated the second time to clap his hands. People in the congregation. It says, happily announced that at congregation sensuals, he said on Sunday, his church, exceedingly sorrowful, heartful, that the pastor had passed away a week after being diagnosed. So this is crazy. So this pastor just basically passed away um, while he was preaching. Wow, that's pretty heavy. I don't know if you guys got that, but that's what this was. I was trying to show you guys. Pretty heavy, heavy stuff. So what's going on, man? I mean, this is like crazy, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I gotta make that. So this is like, yeah, totally, totally crazy stuff that's happening real time. And there's also rumors that that this stuff people are having like relapse. They're having like a second wind of this stuff. And I don't know. I talked to somebody a couple days ago that said that they had it and they just got over it. But my theory is that he probably never had it. He probably just had a cold, whatever. That's what this person says. Okay, let's go with the comments here. See, discover your origins, says God's plagues. Yep. Young Putty says the way it's presenting to us, it seems like it's never gonna be over. Yeah, it seems that way, didn't it? Um, Sam Stamps. It's okay if I use it. It says the test for da 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 are not true results, and it says God is still on the throne. That's great. Praise the Lord. And let's see here. I'm just reading your comments here. Jason Graves, it says, please don't fall apart for the stuff on my channel. See my playlist. Okay, cool. Well, welcome, Jason. Thanks for joining us and stuff like that. So I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys doing. Hey, Julie, I hope you're doing good. And Carla, I hope you guys are doing good. Just to recap of what's going on, this chart you're seeing here is live time. This is what's happening. This graphic here that you're seeing is live. Michigan, yeah, 12. No, Michigan. This is too flat. Oh, wow. The factory. Oh, this is what I want to share with you guys. Okay, so check this out. Like I said, there's so much stuff happening. Um, one of which interesting that I didn't have time to publish it, but there was a meat factory in Pennsylvania that they had to shut down because some of the people were infected. So it was a major meat factory in Pennsylvania that shut down because of the situation there. And then the different stories of different places and stuff like that. And oh yeah, then the interesting thing that happened in here in California, they had what was it, a 6 mile or huge long mile of line of people that were gathering for the food bank, getting food on there. So that's crazy on that. So they're trying to gather food to get food on there. So that's happening. Um, Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. So let's see here. All right. All right. So, anyways, I know I spoke to one person here. I think it was in Guam that said that they were at working from home because of the situation. They couldn't go into the office. And I was talking to someone from Norway that was going through the same thing and basically said that um, situation. So I just want to ask those who are online, where you're at, are there people wearing masks? Is My question is to you guys is that I know where I'm at right now is that the supermarkets you have to wear masks and you're required to. But my question is to you guys: do you guys in your situations do they are required to wear masks? Do they have to wear masks in public? Do they have to wear masks going to grocery stores and stuff? That's my questions to you guys. So if you guys could let me know, that'd be cool. So I know in your words what's going on and stuff. So, anyways, while we're doing that, I'm just gonna looking through these. Click on the different places. Okay, so according to this live map, and let me just move my webcam out of the way so you guys don't have to see my face, right? Okay, so here you go. So in California, Kern County has 230 cases. Wow. So that's like in Northern California. Let's see here. I just saw something here. Where was that? Okay. See, Culver City, see here, Costco employee was tested on there. Interesting. Maybe I should move my face over here. Okay, I'm just gonna put it down here so you guys can see. Okay, so let's go up here. You can't see that because that's Canada or that's way up there. So this one here, okay, this is what I want you to see. Wow, it says California across, there's about 16,000 cases. New model cuts, wow. So 16,000 according to this. So there's currently 16,000 people in California, which is crazy. Earlier, I was trying to find out in New York, but it just won't come up. It's kind of weird. And this is it right here. See here. Uh, Culver City, Costco employee tested positive. Wow. And then nursing homes too. There's a notice on nursing homes that weren't covered. Let's see, Nevada here, police officer, staff. Wow, wow. It says that it was positive on there. Also, there was cases of sailors too. So we're gonna move up here. And this dot here, you can't see this one here because let me see if I can. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Okay, there we go. Montana, 46. These are new cases, by the way. So, and then let's see, what is this? 46. 46. There's one here, 46 on there. So I'm just gonna go here, Nevada. Okay, we got that. Okay, third, avalanche flare tested. Let's see here. New Mexico. So there's 495. Wow, New Mexico right now. Let's see here. And this one here is in Dent County reports. There's numbers, so that means when they don't have a report, it means they're still getting numbers on there. What is this here? Oh, Mexico is at 164. Okay, here Wisconsin, 14 new cases, and then there's 406 four. I'm sorry, 64 active cases. Minnesota, ooh, 29, 935. Wow. Okay, now this is interesting. By looking at this map, folks, now up there that's cold. You know, it's freezing cold. So it seems like this virus thing it increases in cold weather. You notice that? Because that's cold. Or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay, so well, okay, let's go there. I can't even get that one. Sorry. Oh, let's see here. Wisconsin. Okay, what's that down here? Kentucky. Wow. Okay, Kentucky, 66. Um, Alabama. So Alabama currently right now there's 644 currently right now. Let's see here, Florida 133. Let's see here. Now this is the naval base here. One positive. Let's see what is this here. Okay, so the sixth person in Lee County on there. Going up here, North Carolina. First case on there. I think there's more numbers on there. It's just not telling me. Um, okay, so I'm not sure I know what that is. Where's Cumberland? This one's not. This is Pennsylvania, I think. It's just not pulling up. Okay, let's see here. Wow, this is cool. Oh, okay, Maine. Okay, this is Maine. Maine says it rises up to 89. Now I just talked to somebody. Their mom is in a nursing home, and she was diagnosed positive of the virus here, and that was while I was on air that I got a text just now. So it just shows how crazy this thing is. Okay, here he is, New York, but it won't tell me the okay. It says New York, NBC News. Da, da, da. Oh wow! I don't know if you guys see this, but this is live. Okay, so some newscaster in NBC just was positive, and okay, wow. I think what happens is when you get the new reports, it shows up that and it just pops off. You know what I mean? Oh, where was that? Where was that? Okay, Michigan. Okay, 800. Okay, 800 people affected. Kentucky. Okay, Ohio. Wow, Ohio is a lot. It's about 4,000 cases. I don't know if you saw that, but still not as big as compared to California, which is 16,000. Okay, what was that? West Virginia. Okay, transmitted. North Carolina. Okay, here's North Carolina. Okay, so there's 3,221 cases. Wow, crazy, crazy stuff. Wow. And then it jumps up to 935. I'm not sure North Carolina on there, so it keeps fluctuating because these are real time news on there. Okay, so Maine here. Let's go down here, Guatemala, 153. By the way, in Mexico, just report there was the volcano eruption down on Papacana volcano. It just erupted again. That happened, I believe, over the weekend on Sunday. Another eruption on there. Also, while we're on the subject of volcanoes, um, there's a there's a situation in Iceland. Now, you know about Iceland. Back not too long ago, there was a huge eruption in Iceland, and it caused all these plane flights and stuff like that, problems on there. So, Iceland, again, they're seeing some activities happening in some of the places on there. So there's some heavy volcanic activity happening. So, anyways, in fact, while I'm in that subject of Iceland, I gotta show you guys this, and you guys are gonna be tripped out on this. Okay, now this is hot off the press. Um, let's see if I can pop that up. Uh-huh. By the way, Indonesia, there was a volcanic stuff here. Okay, so where was that? See if I can find that for you folks. Okay. Okay, I can't find it. So, anyways, the Iceland volcano. There's rumors right now that it's some activities happening on there. So they're worried that fears of it triggering basically. And let me just pop that up. Here it is. Iceland volcano could trigger and cause a chaos. And this is not too long ago on there. So there's some studies on Iceland right now. So we may have a reoccurrence of the situation in Iceland again. So just to let you know on that. So if that happens, that would be bad. They're saying that that it can be chaotic, meaning that be some big problems on there. So keep your eyes on Iceland. And I think I did an article on that. Just can't find it. My situation here is freezing up because it's the way it is, right? So, anyways, Iceland, keep your eye on that volcano. Um, Yellowstone, there's some, I believe, some activities happening in Yellowstones as well. So you may want to check that out as well. And let's see here. I'm gonna put my face back up here, and yeah, here. So, all right. Well, I'm going to take a little break, but I'll be right back. Let me see if I can find some info here. So I'll be right back, folks. I'll be right back. You guys take a little break, and we'll be back in just a moment. Hey guys, how you doing? Just reporting straight off the press right now, live. This is an article just came out exactly about 15 minutes ago. It says that South Dakota's virus cases have begun. So there's a rapid virus from 129 to 988. So that's a big number. Again, from 129 to 988. So right now it's at 198. I'm sorry, 188 people that are infected in South Dakota. Um, wow, that's a huge number. I mean, from 129. So I don't know if you got that. So I just put that up right now. So this is pretty major in your we're witnessing right now regarding that. Here's South Dakota by chance. Nope, they don't have it on there yet. Let me see if I can find it. Kansas, nope, nope. See, they don't even have it on record right now yet. So this is new. I've been to South Dakota before, Sioux City, and for it to, it's kind of funny these remote places that showing virus, which is really crazy. Let me try to find some more information regarding that. Having problems with that. So, um, again, if you're just tuning, they had a total of 129 cases, and then all of a sudden now it's at 988 cases. Wow. It says South Dakota is not New York. That's true. Okay, you got to understand for South Dakota, for a small town like Sioux City and stuff like that, to was almost 1,000 people infected. You're talking about like a small town, and all of a sudden people are getting infected like crazy. How does that happen? I just don't understand that. But anyways, they had a picture here I was trying to put up of people that were celebrating the Easter parade, the Easter thing. So this is fresh off the press, folks. Pretty crazy stuff. We'll keep you posted regarding that on there. Hope you guys are staying safe. And yeah, that's not cool regarding that. So let me bear with me more information regarding that. So very crazy stuff. Also, I'm reading some of the chats here. April Parlor, she said she's in the red states. So, what do you mean by red states? Let me know what you mean by that. Just curious on that. So, Okay, guys, I got a new total right now for New York. It says that new total is 10,367. That's the new totals right now. I told you, man, this thing is just like crazy. It's just like shifting so fast. But sure enough, it is what it is. So. Okay, guys, the new totals that they're saying New York, there's still people that have not been tested. But new total so far that has been tested is 10,367. Very, very, very crazy numbers on those, very fast. This article here says it soars up past 10,000. So because they don't sure know as far as the numbers on, but yeah, that's pretty bad. California, as I last checked, was about 16,000. So, and just to prove it, here we go. So they got the numbers of New York at over 10,000 or 13,000 or whatever. You got California at 16,000, and this is up to date right now, currently as we speak. So very very crazy. So right now California is at the lead according to this, but I'm not sure. So numbers keep fluctuating. So okay, so what you're seeing right now is a live cam of New York, and just to show you um, what's happening on there. It doesn't look like a lot of people are out. Okay, so according to these numbers here, it says over 10,000 people infected. So, I don't know. Or just reading some of the comments. Ronald mentioned, see, military hospital ships are going to be a place of National Guard troops casualties that come there. I don't know. We'll see what happens on that. As you can see, the totals are. Okay, for those who just turned in, you're looking at a live shot of New York. That's what's happening right there. So. Looking at a live shot of New York right now. What's happening? As far as traffic and seems like there's some activities and a lot of cars going on. Oh no, man. major stuff happening here. I don't know if you guys heard me. You guys didn't hear me. So, anyways, earlier map was earthquake was currently happening there. I'm just seeing if there's any updates on possibly causing tremors there. New York right now, currently, what you're seeing is live cam of New York City right now. People, right now, currently, they're past 10,000 as far as people passing away on there. So it makes it a lot different as opposed to cases to people passing away on there. California was at 6,000. I'm sorry, 16,000 cases. It wouldn't tell you exactly who passed on that, but that's pretty heavy on there. Earlier, we had a thing on, let's see here, Idaho, South Dakota. Sorry, South Dakota that had increase of 129 people to 988. So it's probably 990 or something like that. On your left here, what you're just looking at is currently cases that are happening on there. So totals are different. They're definitely changing on there. So it's hard to tell exactly what's going on there. So keep you posted. Hey guys, you're just tuning in. This is a live shot of New York where it's happening right now. Yeah, the tolls are very high on there. It looks pretty intense on there. So, but keeping safe of the virus and stuff like that. As you can see right now, let's see here. Just reading some of the comments right now. Let's see here. Nothing more I can do. I'm going. Jesus, bye. Let's see here. This Candyland. Morning, all stuff. Hooks and lines. Sinker. Elsa. Elsha Pack. Sorry. Is from Indiana. I was going from Indiana, and I'm sorry. Hope I'm getting right. How's things out in Indiana? Is the virus pretty intense there, or is it okay? I know I just got South Dakota. They raised from 129 to 988, which is close to about 990 intense on there. New York right now is at 10,000. This is not cases. This is actual people passed away from the thing. So that's pretty intense. California is still right now as we speak. Where's that? Right there. Oh, maybe. Okay, it's at 6,000 cases, new cases that are on there right now. So that's pretty intense on there. Right now down in Louisiana, there's some cases on there. There's more cases on there, by the way, but it's just sometimes new ones pop up. They just pop up that way. Alabama, wow, Alabama's at 644, 3 deaths on there. Florida is at exceeding 130 right now. Let's see here in California. Let's see here, Costco employee just got infected on there. That's too bad. Especially when you're in that kind of business, it's really hard, very hard. Let's see here. Right now, Montana is at 46 total on there. So. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off. Thank you for watching tonight, and stay safe. I hope all you guys are safe, and had a lot of interruptions going on here. Um, but as you can see, a lot of things are happening. Numbers are totaling and stuff. All I can say is be safe. Be safe. That's all I can say. Lord, I pray, Father God, for these people tonight, and you just keep us safe tonight. And I just pray whoever's in the hospital tonight that you comfort them. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, it's very hard for those who are in the hospitals and stuff, because I had actually people that who are in the hospitals, and even family members can't even see them because the quarantine. So it's very sad. And these were people that were relatives, and actually the patient that was in the hospital was in very critical situation and basically dying, and couldn't see their own family members, because they're dying or whatever because of the situations. And so it's very, very hard time, crazy time. And my encouragement is not to be in the hospital, and especially those who are in the hospital right now. I pray protection upon you, and very hard time on that. So interesting time, getting texts of people who are infected of the virus, and I'm not going to mention their names because protecting them, but it's crazy. Stay safe, and that's all I can say is be safe, and just pray that God's protection be upon you. We're all hoping that this thing will end soon, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.